Good evening, and welcome to another 5 Minutes with Mark. We're going to continue in chapter 2, verses 23 to 28. One Sabbath, he was going through the grain fields, and as they made their way, his disciples began to pluck heads of grain. The Pharisees said to him, "Look, why are they doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath?" And he said to them, "Have you not read what David did when and his companions were hungry and in need of the food? He entered the house of God when Abiathar was high priest, and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat. And he gave some to his companions. Then he said to them, the Sabbath was made for humankind, not humankind for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath." So this is the third challenge of the scribes, the Pharisees, to Jesus. And they're appealing to the law and to the Jewish texts that lay out in great detail what is permissible under the law. And it's real interesting because one of my Bible commentaries, which just appeared, talks about the fact that in Deuteronomy 3:25, you go into your neighbor's standing grain. You may pluck the ears with your hand, but you shall not put sickle to your neighbor's standing grain. And so what the disciples were doing is, the writer of this commentary argues, is they were showing hospitality. They were doing what they could do. But by the time that Jesus has come, the scribes, through the writings, through the commentaries on the Old Testament, had so tightened up the grip of the law on the people that you shouldn't work on the Sabbath, you shouldn't farm, you shouldn't harvest. But they'd held that law together so tightly that they interpret it, just running your hand up the wheat stalk, as work, even though Deuteronomy says something different. So they're challenging Jesus once again. And what they're doing, again, is they're trying to challenge his authority, and they're trying to set him apart as someone who's different than they are. And they're trying to frame him as a sinner and as one who doesn't keep the Jewish law. But in the end, Jesus does what Jesus does so well. He turns the tables and he says, the Sabbath was made for humankind, and not humankind for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath. So really, in those two sentences, there's a lot that's loaded in again. Because what Jesus, I think, is saying is the Sabbath was made for humankind. And I think really what that is that's an affirmation that the commandment to honor the Sabbath is a commandment to us to remind us that we all need a day of rest. In contemporary terms, we need downtime. And so I think part of what Jesus is saying is that this time of rest that God asked to be set aside was made for our benefit. It was not us who were made to benefit the Sabbath, to work the laws, to understand it, but we were made to enjoy it. And then Jesus tosses another one at the Pharisees. So the Son of Man is Lord, even of the Sabbath. Once again, we see Jesus asserting his authority and drawing the difference between the one who is from God and the Pharisees, the keepers of the law. The more we read, the bigger the controversy is going to get. So I invite you to join me another time for another 5 Minutes with Mark. Thanks, and have a good day.